哲哲，你喜欢吃哪一个？你喜欢吃哪个？有好多鞋子。哦，好大的桶。都是提刀。你看，球球他坐的那个大的车，皮椅子。这个上面的棚子好大呀。对呀。
Oh, I've got lots of them. I've got a...
Not back to front. It is mirrored. But it looks different from this. It's just a grey little box standing on your computer. You press print and then it spits out the picture. Like you frame, it presses the paper again. So one page, second page, third page. So I've printed 7 pages.
会掉了啊。
哎，嗯哼，耶，哈哈哈。Hello， 不是了吗？哎。